Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how cool and how awesome and fun it is to be living in downtown Albuquerque. So let's go. Yo, what's going on, guys? My name is Eli, and this is the Living in Albuquerque channel. If this is your first time tuning in, do me a huge favor, hit that subscribe and notification bell down at the bottom. That way you guys never miss out on any kind of videos, because I am dropping videos every week talking about what our beautiful city of Albuquerque has to offer. Now, aside from having fun and doing these videos, I am also a local real estate agent here in Albuquerque, and I manage the surrounding areas. So as much as I love doing this, I would also love to help you out with your real estate needs. So that number popping up on the screen here is my direct line. So if there's anything that I can help you out with, please feel free to reach out. I am the one that answers all the calls, texts, and emails. So if there's anything I can do, I'm here to help. It's super fun and it's super cool to live in the downtown areas of most metro cities. In Albuquerque, it's kind of old school, it's fun, and there's a lot of places down there that you probably never even would have thought that still be there even after generations of, changes, revitalizations, and stuff like that. So let's talk about it. All right, guys, we're gonna start off by talking about the lifestyle in downtown Albuquerque. The lifestyle in downtown Albuquerque is very open, very free. You're always gonna find something to do down there because it's pretty much walkable. If you live anywhere within that perimeter of that downtown area, I'll put up a map on the video here. You can find yourself that it's going to be very easy to manage when you're walking around, or you're going to utilize a bike. If you're like me, you like to skateboard, so it's very friendly to those kinds of things. And there's always something going on down there, whether it be a restaurant that you go to, a concert, any local event, or you want to go to Civic Plaza, where a majority of the bigger events are housed at. I know today is Friday, and they have taco truck Fridays, or what is it? Food truck Fridays. That's what it is. So bunch of different things going on down there as far as lifestyle goes and shopping. It's more on the old school kind of bougie boutiques. The one place that I like to go down there is the Man's Hat Shop. That's where I personally get all my cowboy hats from. I probably said this in a different video, but they are the original shapers of the marble man's hat. And I'll put up a picture somewhere around here of what that is. For you guys who don't know, it's just the style of hat, cowboy style shaping of the hat. There, you got all these different styles. They're the originators of that, and they shape the hat for that man for those commercials. Now, as far as entertainment goes, the entertainment down there that you're gonna find it's a plethora, right? It's kind of like the hub central for the nightlife. So there's different bars, different kinds of clubs. All that is down there, ranging from country to hip hop to I believe salsa is down there as well. I don't hang too much down there because it's not my kind of scene, but I do have a bunch of friends that go down there and casually enjoy their Fridays and Saturday nights. Just kind of, having a cold drink, whatever it is, that lifestyle that you cater to when you're going down to that nightlife. But if nightlife isn't your thing, they also have local events from time to time where they're shut down the street, like the ABQ Art Walk, Summerfest. And I know there's a restaurant down there, or a brewery more or less, that owns part of an alleyway, and they shut down the alleyway and they have a bunch of different vendors that come through, live DJs, bands, all that kind of cool stuff is down there. So be on the lookout for those kinds of things and that kind of lifestyle if you're into it. If not, hey, the Chemo Theater has a bunch of different chill comedy shows, plays all the time. So look out for that as well if you just kind of want to be chill and low key. If not, the food hall has all kinds of different restaurants that you can try. I know for one, the Meteor Burger personally is one of my favorites, and the fries there are just so good. You guys got to try it with the fry sauce that they give you. It's hard to explain through a camera lens, but maybe when you come down here, I'll take you for a burger and we can enjoy it together. All right, the housing situation down there in downtown Albuquerque, it's a mix. There's a big mix of commercial use, where they turn a lot of these older buildings into lofts, apartments, and condos, that kind of thing. And they all have their own parking structures, so you don't ever have to fear parking in the street. I believe they charge extra for that. So whenever you're moving into these communities, you want to double check to see if they have any HOA fees or any kind of garage fees, because that is going to be an extra added cost. Otherwise, you're going to be parking along the street, which gets kind of expensive. And, sometimes those streets get pretty busy and they'll block them in. And if you're parked on, the side streets, and you might find a tough time getting in and out of there, especially when those busier days during the summer come around and they're having all these events going on. They're shutting down the streets. So think about where you're moving to. If you really aren't into the condo kind of commercial lifestyle, They do have residential homes on the borders of downtown, where you'll find the old Victorian style homes, Southwestern homes that have been revitalized. They also got different duplexes and condos surrounding that area. If you work in that area and you are thinking about moving there, or you're getting a job and you're thinking about moving to that area just because you want to walk to work, bike to work, you want to save some money and just don't want to use that fuel or those fossil fuels, they have those options surrounding that area for you guys. Right, so the scene down in downtown is a cool one. A lot of fun things and activities to do down there year round, really. Now in the summertime, they got a lot more events going on because people like to get outside. But what they'll do from time to time, these local bars or breweries, is shut down their doors, not completely, but to special events. Like I know for one, the Bosey Brothers down there has an alleyway that they shut down and bring in local vendors and have private events and those kinds of things, because it's cool. It's kind of secluded. It's in their back alleyway. They got fences and all that stuff. So you really don't feel like you're out in the public, but you're definitely outside. It's urban, it's rural. They got art all over the place and it's fun to look at. But if you want to enjoy yourself, you're going to like a museum or an art gallery, they also have those things down there. And if you take a slight walk down to the Galleria, it's kind of like an underground way. It's not really in use right now, but there is still some art galleries, and they also have a gym down there. So they got it all. If you want to do something even in the nighttime, this is going to be where you're going to want to be looking at, especially for that good nightlife. Want to get out and dance, have yourself a good drink, and, you know, have some fun right after you've been working hard all day. All right, guys, and one of my favorite ones, as always, when we're talking about food and all that stuff, you know, the scene down there for food is very diverse. They got a little bit of something for everybody. You're talking about burgers, pizza, sushi, noodles, you know, a mixed plethora of different kinds of things. And yeah, they might throw in the New Mexican twist in there with the green and red chili, but you can always opt out for that option and never feel like you're not going to get exactly what you want, because along this little strip of downtown and even the surrounding downtown areas are like delis, bakeries, all those things there, coffee shops galore. So at every corner, you're going to be able to get your fix like I do every morning, especially because I worked in that area. So anytime that I need something, I'm always kind of just running around trying a new spot. One of my favorite ones right now is Dueño's Coffee Shop, which is a little bit on the border of downtown, located in one of the UNM buildings. And that place is just so good. Al and the crew down there really take care of you. So anytime that you come down here, you know, tell them that I sent you and have a nice vanilla latte, one of my personal favorites. And they also got a Lobo refresher that is just amazing. So I highly recommend that you get down there. All right, the proximity to attractions here in downtown, it's pretty much centralized right downtown. You're thinking right in the middle of the city, and it really is. So you're probably 15 to 20 minutes away from really anything kind of on a bigger scale, like the fairgrounds, or you just want to go to Costco, or they're having a different kind of event going down at the Sleda Amphitheater. All these different kinds of events that are on the outside, you're really not too far from them. They have a lot of events that are always happening in that area just within itself. I know one of the tattoo places down there kind of closes down and line up all these vendors to come in. Then they'll have food trucks. They have their own coffee shop as well. But along with the ABQ Art Walk, I touched on that a little earlier. That one's a fun one because they do it every other Friday now that it's getting warm. And all these vendors around the town just kind of set up shop. They have food, they have music. It's fun. It's more than just going and spending your money on some, you know, small knickknacks or whatever the case is, on a t-shirt or a keychain or something cool, because it's just a enjoying environment. The breweries open up their doors and all that stuff. They got these windows that kind of are like a roll-up window. They got live DJs and stuff like that. So super fun and enjoyable. And, you know, you're always going to be in the proximity of something. So living in that area, you should always be having some fun. So the commute and the transportation that they have down there is, you know, it's going to be more walkable, that you can still drive through it, but sometimes it gets congested. So just kind of be mindful of that. But they also have like the bus routes, like the ABQ Art bus and the regular bus that just, yeah, I said regular bus because we have two different bus systems here. One is, you know, stops every other stop, and the Art bus is kind of like a quick 15-minute thing that stops so often. And in the heart of downtown is actually where it stops. But hey, if that's not your forte, you're not wanting to ride the city bus, they have all these different ways of actually getting around down there. And it's not hard to navigate. It's kind of like a little grid. It's very funny. So when you look at it on the map, I'll post one up here. You can tell that the lines are pretty much north to south and east to west. Community down there is very tight knit. There's a lot of people that, you know, that come from all walks of life that kind of come and harmonize in order to be able to support each other. So when you're talking about events, again, right? When people put on these events, you have, you know, the mother of 5 who does some random knitting, right? Nothing wrong with knitting, but you got them next to the 20-year-old kid who just started a t-shirt brand, and they're collaborating, helping each other out, making sure that they're well taken care of, you know, both getting customers in. That kind of thing is going on down there. And if you're not a vendor, hey, if you just want to participate in the community somehow, there's always something going on, and they're always looking for help. And here in Albuquerque, well, in New Mexico in general, with that Southwestern hospitality, we like to make sure that everybody eats, everybody wins. So very welcoming, especially in these events, because some of these events get pretty big and sometimes there's a lot of people walking through. So we like to take the help all we can get, and we're very DIY. So hey, you can kind of just tell when people are doing it themselves, it's kind of hard. It's more of a burden than anything else, and they're doing it out of love. And we can totally see that people are passionate. So we want to encourage that and help that. Downtown Albuquerque is great. It's awesome. It's not massive. It's not small. I would just say it's just right. And there's enough to do down there where you can kind of spend an afternoon or an evening shopping around, visiting the different boutiques, and then getting a good bite to eat. Now, if you're living in that area, you're also going to be very intrigued that you're always going to be doing something, whether it's just right outside your door or you're just going to have to walk around the corner. There's, you know, always something for that busy person that likes to stay active. Unless you like to stay chill, hey, you might just hang out on the outskirts of downtown, but you still want to be able to walk to work or bike to work, whatever the case is, or you just kind of want to be centralized and you like that urban lifestyle living. This is the perfect place for you. Now, aside from talking about downtown Albuquerque and how great it is, I am also a local real estate agent, and I'd love to help you out with your real estate needs. So that number popping up on the screen here again is my direct line. So if there's anything I can do, I would love to help you out. Now, enjoy yourself. Hope you guys have a good weekend. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.